Hello, sisters. Welcome to the Sacred Medicine Podcast, weaving powerful, soulful practices into functional medicine. Step into this beautiful space of devotion and explore everything from nurturing foods, rituals, sexuality, and awakening your innate sensuality. It is time to own your radiance. This is the Sacred Medicine Podcast. Hello there. Welcome back to the Sacred Medicine Podcast. I'm your host, Margaret Romero. So today is a special message for individuals that are suffering from lupus. And I wanted to address this because currently with the COVID-19, it seems that Plaquenil has been one of the treatments that has been somewhat successful for individuals who have contracted this virus. And what I have also seen is that all of the individuals with autoimmune issues, with lupus, have not been able to get their medications, have not been able to get their refills, and there is now currently a shortage of Plaquenil. Now, Plaquenil, for those of you listening, may not know that it is a treatment for individuals with lupus. It's also an anti-malarial medication. So what I want to say is I just want to give you a little backstory about when I took Plaquenil early on when I was first diagnosed way back in, this was 13 years ago. So 2007 when I was first diagnosed. And I was on Plaquenil probably just for a couple of months because I started to get some vision issues and I had to see an eye doctor and they took me off the medication. I haven't had any vision issues since. So I was one of the individuals that couldn't tolerate the medication due to vision changes. And I want you to know, I know a lot of you are on this regimen because it's typically sort of a cocktail of immunosuppressants like Cellcept and Plaquenil and probably prednisone. And I have been on Cellcept and prednisone in the past as well. And they took me off the Plaquenil. I really didn't notice that the lupus got worse, didn't get better. It just, the symptoms I felt at the time, I was starting to do a lot of different things, change of diet and monitoring my labs, checking for hormonal deficiencies, vitamin deficiencies, and whatnot. So that's sort of where my lupus journey began. The blood work revealed so many different things that I didn't know were out of whack. Things that typically rheumatologists are not checking. So, and also nutritional changes, the number one thing being I became gluten-free. And that decreased my inflammation within a week when I had these like big red swollen knees and wrists and my feet, like every single bone in my feet hurt every time I would walk. And they would also swell and get really swollen. So if you have these symptoms, like I totally know where you're coming from because I had it really bad. My lupus symptoms really were unbearable at times and initially with the painful joints along with really painful muscles, and it felt like full body fibromyalgia and sores in my mouth. And I just didn't know what was going on with my body. And they put me on all this medication. Come to find out after I started just doing my own lab work and getting my own blood work drawn that I had I guess you want to call it, I did a DNA test for gluten and celiac disease, and they came back positive for 2 non-celiac gluten-sensitive genes. So that's when I immediately came off the gluten, which is like the start of my journey because I noticed a huge change within a week. what my body responded to. My body had not responded like that with Cellcept, with Plaquenil, with prednisone. It did not. So food, the one thing that I didn't know about until I got back this test, it was gluten. So I want to just talk to the individuals who are really in a panic situation right now because they're on Plaquenil. They don't know what to do. They haven't been able to get their refills. What I am doing, let's see, I think it's going to be coming out tomorrow. So by the time this airs, I would already have launched a free 7-day lupus challenge. Now, these are 7 really big tips that I used to help, because eventually I got off Cellcept and I got off everything. And I have been living for the past 10 years without a lupus flare at all. I experience zero fatigue, joint pain, muscle pain. I don't take those meds anymore. So if I can do it, I know more people can do it. Now, for the ones that still are on Plaquenil, I am not saying to get off your Plaquenil. I am not saying to go cold turkey. It takes a while for the body to heal, especially to heal the deep layers of mucosa, the lining in your stomach and your intestinal lining, to get back if you've got nutritional deficiencies. It takes a while for the body to start healing on that level. So by all means, I am not saying get off your Plaquenil. What I'm saying is that people with lupus can live a life without Plaquenil, because I did it. And it only was because I had the eye issue, but there was no alternative to Plaquenil, so they didn't put me on something else. And eventually I came off the Cellcept, and my dose of prednisone was like 2.5. So I want you to know that there are different ways. And what I wanted to do was just reach out to all of you and just let you know that this is not an end all be all type of thing. Being without Plaquenil is not, I shouldn't say this for sure. It's not the end of like you're going to go into a major flare. I think if you made some really good food choices, nutritional choices now by taking the 7-day challenge, I think that your health would improve substantially. For all of the lupus people out there, whether you're on Plaquenil or you're not, these tips are some of the ones out of my book. And I wanted all of you to offer all of you this 7-day lupus challenge. It's just 7 ways to make some little changes in your life that can substantially help you during this time. If you're feeling like Plaquenil has really helped you and you're feeling like you don't have any more, you don't know when you'll have access to it anymore, then take this 7-day free challenge and see how your body can feel better, improve the way you're feeling. Maybe you'll notice that you don't have joint pain that much anymore. And maybe you want to continue it beyond the 7 days. And if there are some things that you're like, wow, I really felt good, without this in my life, then eliminate it for, let's say, another week or another 2 or 3 more weeks or a month. And just keep going with it. I mean, I've been gluten-free since 2007. So for 13 years. And I eat a lot. And I don't feel like I am at a loss of things to eat. If you go on my Instagram, if you're not following me on Instagram, it's under Margaret Romero. You'll see that I'm eating a lot. And I eat several times a day. I eat about 5 times a day. And that includes snacks or a protein. So I am eating a lot. And I have found the best gluten-free bread, the best gluten-free pasta. I miss nothing because I have replaced it all with gluten-free foods. So is there bread, crackers, cake, Yeah, it all exists. Brownies, I mean, all of that exists in a gluten-free form. And they also have, like, even, is it Betty Crocker even has gluten-free, cake mix. So you will not lack of anything is what I'm trying to say. But I wanted to send out this free lupus challenge to see, for those of you who are suffering without your Plaquenil, if some of these things can help you through this time. You can head on over to margaretromero.com/challenge. You can also find it on Instagram. The link is also on my Instagram page. So I wish you all the best health, and I hope that you are safe where you are. Please stay home. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. The link is on my Instagram page. It's info@margaretromero.com. And much love to you all. I have been there. Trust me. I know what you're feeling. I know what you're going through. And trust me, there is life after Plaquenil. Much love to you all. Many blessings, and be safe. Bye for now.